talk about? Please, just go to the house.
You broke up with me.
Because you made an OnlyFans account and I told you not to.
Okay, are you gonna pay my bills?
Bro,
What are you talking about?
Get out of
really?
here,
You gonna push me?
Bro, go home. Bro, get your ass out of here.
What's up, YouTube? Poor.Mans.Podcast back with another video. Today's video is going to be break up over OnlyFans. Get you some manners. All right? Now, before I get into the video, got to do the YouTube stuff. All right? Goal is 10,000 subscribers by June. The only way I'm going to get to that goal is if y'all give me the HBO special. You know what the HBO special is? That's the Help a Brother Out special, all right? So go help a brother out and hit the like and a subscribe button, all right? Got to spread this message to everybody. Plus, I'm trying to grow. Why not? It's free. Go and hit the like and the subscribe button. I'm going to give you a second to do that. All right, now we into it. Break up over OnlyFans. Get you some manners. Let's go.
So there's this big post, which is posted here, about this woman who gave up her relationship for her OnlyFans account. So from the looks of it, the video, if you've seen the video, the couple are arguing, and she wants to know, the woman wants to know why her boyfriend broke up with her. And he says, because you made an OnlyFans account and I told you not to. And then she says, so are you gonna pay my bills? And then the video cuts out. So that's what you've been seeing on Twitter.
Isn't that where we are right now? Huh? What we're talking about, why would you why a girl makes an OnlyFans account, suddenly her boyfriend breaks up with her? I wonder why he broke up with her. I wonder. I can't fathom the idea of why a man wouldn't want his wife to broadcast her body to the entirety of the internet. I just don't understand why he wouldn't want a woman that does that. Why wouldn't any man want a woman that just shows her body off to the internet? I know why men don't want women that, I already know where it's going, okay? This is where it's going. I know why men don't want women to show their woman to show their body off to the world. It's because they're weak and insecure. How many times have we heard that? All right. It takes a strong man to date a girl that'll be on. Come on. It's 2021, bro. We ain't got time for all that. All right. Either you gonna get with the program or get lost. OnlyFans girls, I'm sorry to tell you. Life is a marathon, not a sprint. You jumping out the gate, running like Usain Bolt down the track. All right, and you got a long way to go. Life gonna catch up to you. Let's continue.
I'm not on Twitter.
Right. So a lot of the responses are basically centered around, who's right, who's wrong.
Mm-hmm.
So instead of like acknowledging both sides, people are just picking a side. And so, men are typically saying, okay, I don't want a girlfriend with an OnlyFans account. Like it's okay that he doesn't want to date somebody that's an OnlyFans account. They don't want to date sex workers, and they have like certain standards, and they are allowed to abide.
Yeah, and for me, because my realm is more so Facebook, and then the Facebook group is where I saw it first, and a lot of the comments were basically focused on like, the woman had a point, like he wasn't gonna pay her bills, like,
right,
and he was not paying her bills, and
most of the comments were the woman had a point. He wasn't going to pay her bills. So the solution to that is to make an OnlyFans account and then get cheered on by the populace. And we already know who that populace is probably made up of, don't we? Come on, black woman, man. Y'all got to start doing better. All right? Just because a woman is black don't mean every decision she make is good. So far it's looking like a bad decision. All right, let's just continue the video.
And that's what most of the conversation was centered around. And then the men were saying, well,
Twitter is pick me
Pick me central.
territory.
Yeah,
Yeah,
pick me
so a lot of girls aren't going to say, even though it's what they're thinking, that's not what they're going to say
Yeah.
because they're scared to get dragged.
But on Facebook, anything goes. If you haven't
Exactly.
been there, anything
The
goes.
streets.
It's streets. So, like, a lot of men were saying, like, you know, women shouldn't be wanting to do this and should be having higher standards. And what about when this man said, what about when your daughter asks about where they got their toy from or something, and then you have to explore that you was
The daughter going to pay $35 to see her OnlyFans account?
The women on Facebook was like, so when do children ever ask where their stuff come from? Kids don't care.
No.
Kids don't.
I mean, I ain't got kids, but I never gave a damn. Mm-hmm.
But then we get.
Yeah, she's right. Kids don't care. But teenagers do. And your kids will eventually be teenagers. And all that shit is on the internet forever. People don't understand this. The internet is getting more and more complex. It's getting easier and easier for businesses to do background checks, for jobs to do background checks. And kids are ruthless. You don't think kids are gonna find this out in the future? It is what it is. I guess that's just what some people willing to give up. Some people just willing to give all that up. Because it's so selfish. You don't even think about what your child is going to go through. I'm not here to save nobody. So if you want to go do your OnlyFans thing, go do what you got to do. I'm just here to warn you. All right? Think about it before you do it, because it's a lot to think about. It ain't just about the quick money that you get from the first month or two. Let's continue.
Get into that word, standards. Like, men and their standards.
Period.
It's weird. Men and their standards.
It's crazy what they want to set a boundary for.
Yeah.
It's crazy the things that they choose to have a standard about. I'm not a man, so. But I'm confusion.
But I'm confusion. OnlyFans accounts and standards. I don't know how having an OnlyFans
Equates to low standard.
Right. Like, women are devalued once they create an account. Like, you log in your information and you are now a prostitute.
Right. And I keep making a point. There can be a girl having the same number of partners, having the same amount of sex for free every day, in and out on the streets doing her thing. And the moment that a girl gets online and does it, now she's a criminal, even though might have less partners. Actually, she could just be doing solo videos. She can be sending feet pics. You don't have to have sex on OnlyFans. You can sell anything. So,
what are you talking about, a criminal? No one said she's going to be a criminal, but she is, by definition, of some sort, a prostitute / stripper. Right? You're selling explicit pictures of yourself for money. It is sex work. You're acting like it's not sex work and saying men in these standards, these crazy old men in their standards. It's not a big standard. It's not a big standard to not want your woman to have OnlyFans. All right? It's not a big standard to not want your woman to be weighing more than you. All right? You wanna talk about standards? Have standards of your self-care to the point where you at least want to lose some weight and get out of that 80% of black women that are overweight or obese. You talking about standards of anybody's? Men's standards for the most part are usually pretty low. I'll be the first to say it. For the most part, men don't even care what they're with. Should they start caring? And are men starting to care a little more? Yes, because we're realizing how shitty how shit the stick is on our end is what we're starting to realize. So yeah, now men are starting to pick up a little bit and have a little standards. Like, you can't be a sex worker to have a husband. I guess that's some insane standard. Let's continue.
how does that, like, if she's over there doing it for free and she's over there doing it for money, I don't understand how their standards are different. If anything, you should she got an entrepreneur spirit. Like, you should like that. She's getting some money.
And like Pornhub is in a whole industry. Like, who do y'all think these women are behind these cameras?
I guess they
just may be your girlfriend. the women behind the cameras that you spend your money on can't be.
But the thing is, a lot of guys
No.
are saying that we're gold diggers, we're this, that, the other. When we seek out relationships, we don't build. I saw another post the other day saying that women don't build, they just move in. So, like, according to you all, we don't make money. We only want guys with money. We don't have anything. But if these are the people with money, clearly these are the girls buying houses, cars, like they have the finances, but those are the ones that you don't want to date. But you keep saying that your standard is a girl who has something going for herself. That's something going for yourself.
But just that being said,
something going for yourself, not selling yourself. Subtle differences, okay? Subtle differences. Have something going for yourself without selling yourself. I don't understand how you would even see that as an option. But I'm going to continue because it's a long video and I'm trying to get through it. I ain't trying to be making this video 40 minutes because let's continue.
We always accept that two things can be true at the same time. So, our collective viewpoint is that of many. I was telling her earlier, like, we understand that people set boundaries in their relationships, and that's between them two. We don't have anything to say about that. We don't. So we feel like they're both valid. If he don't want to date a sex worker, assuming that she is, because just because you do OnlyFans does not mean that you're a sex worker. But if he doesn't want to date a sex worker, he doesn't have to. And if she wants to make her money the way she wants to make her money, she can do it. She can do that. And those things clash in relationships. This thing is a valid argument, but don't think that this conversation is not about women, the policing of how they choose to make their money, and also entering into relationships where men respect what they do. Because that's a lot of what we're seeing. We're not having a conversation about, why did he feel like he had to say, no, you can't have an OnlyFans account. Like, where did that come from?
I mean, I don't know, because I was asking myself the same question. Like, we have this has been made apparent time and time again on social media, especially Twitter, because that's just where I'm at most of the time. But I have never once seen a role reverse. I have never once saw a woman say, I will not date him because he has an OnlyFans. And I mean, men do have OnlyFans. I don't know why people don't think that, but men do have OnlyFans.
The thing that I hate the most is there's nobody there to tell them how stupid this is. Just stupid. This mentality is just stupidity. They're still trying to compare the whole they're still trying to do the whole let's make it all even thing. Men and women can do the same things and there's no consequences. The consequences are the same. It's just not true. And it don't matter how many times you say it, it's never going to be true. It's never going to be that way. Men are never going to want to date sex workers. You can understand it or not. I don't care what you and your female brain's doing. And I hope if there are women listening to this, which my statistics say about 8% of the people on the channel are women, I hope y'all see how ridiculous this sounds. Because this one is undeniable. Okay? This one is undeniable. And to think that there are grown adult women out here that can't grasp the concept that men don't want to date prostitutes or sex workers or whatever you want to call them. Video's probably demonetized, by the way. Who knows? But let's keep going. I don't understand how you don't understand that as an adult.
Like, they have something for everybody. So even like partners, whether you're male, female, male, like, I don't see this happening with anybody else but the male and female, and it's always male towards females. I don't want you doing that, but I have never seen a role reverse.
I saw a post today that said that somehow somebody said, she said, for some reason men can sell drugs and make money illegally and tear apart the community and kill folks, and somehow one can't flip the game on.
I saw that.
Yes, I was crying. I die.
But it's true.
Yes.
It's absolutely true. And I mean, we are kind of like forced to accept people where they are.
Mm-hmm.
But other people can't like accept us where we are. Like I said,
so a lot of people were saying that those two situations don't compare. Like being on OnlyFans and selling drugs and killing folks in the community is not the same thing. We know that. That's not what we're comparing. What we're comparing is people's reactions and what they accept within their relationships when they choose their partners. Because there's plenty of people who choose partners who do dangerous things, who risk their lives, who put them in compromising positions. And they're supposed to understand, but OnlyFans has this connotation
My face is in a constant state
I don't know
of
how it affects you,
disappointment.
honestly.
I'm really trying to fix it, but I'm just like,
what affects you by
how?
somebody else doing whatever they choose to do on OnlyFans and getting their money?
because I mean, there's a such thing as having a healthy standard for yourself and doing so in a manner that doesn't make people feel bad for how they live in their life. Like, it's okay for you to have a standard, but don't be judgmental. So, or negative.
Right.
So, like, instead of saying, you know, I don't, you know, I have higher standards than today that only, you know, sex worker or OnlyFans worker, you can say, you know, my preference is to not, you know, have someone who's willing to share that much of themselves with the world. That's totally
Privacy issue. We get that.
That's nice. Okay.
But I feel like that's what he did from what the original article showed, or the original video, or whatever they were referring to at the beginning. When they said the man left, the woman asked why, and he said it's because you have an OnlyFans. That's simple. But then you turned it into a 14-minute video talking about how men are policing women in some kind of fashion. He's not policing her. He's saying you do whatever you want. I'm just not going to be a part of it. I'm not going to be boo-boo the fool just walking around into little traps. Having to go to work knowing that at any moment a dude could just pay $30 to see my wife at home. I don't see what's so confusing and what's so hard to grasp about the concept.
Okay. Like, I can feel that. That's something I would like personally in a partner. Like, it's other ways to say this so that you don't, like, completely demonize a person or...
And devalue them.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, maintaining privacy is valuing the relationship.
It's just better ways. Like, even if you don't know how to effectively communicate how you feeling or what problem you're having, if you say, you know, I just feel like this is playing on my insecurities. I feel like this is, you know, bringing out some things in me, you know, or, you know, this is making me feel some type of way, and I don't, you know, quite know why, but just kind of give her a tune to what you're feeling so she can know, like, you know, it's not just, I feel this way because I feel this way and I own you. It's, I feel this way because, you know, it's messing with me, right? You know, and you do whatever you can with that information.
And again, like, a lot of the conversation, we felt like what went on in that video was valid. She wanted to know why her feelings was hurt, and it just was what it was. He ended the relationship. He was at where he was at. It just was what it was. The problem is that people are using their situation to justify their feelings about sex work, their feelings about policing their significant others, their feelings about how they want to enter relationships that they don't have, but somehow have the audacity to just project all these other things on there, and this is not that generously.
And I had a few points. I tried to save it just so I'm not stopping the video so frequently so y'all can hear their argument, because I do want to hear it too to see if I can make any sense out of it. But one thing they said previously was that men are devaluing this woman based on her choices. When is that not a thing? When do you not judge people based on their choices? That's what we value people based on, their choices. In tough times, are you going to sell yourself, or are you going to buckle up and find a way to make some money? Women judge men based on their jobs all the time. How many times there could be men that are security, could be the top of security, making a decent amount of money, but women will judge them and say, oh, you security? I don't want to mess with you. Dudes that's big time chefs. Oh, you a chef? I don't want to mess with you. Oh, you a janitor? I don't want to mess with you. Oh, you do roofing? I don't want to mess with you. But when a woman goes online and sells herself, a man can't say, I don't want to mess with you. You see the double standard in that? Just a little bit. See how I can get a little weird there? Let's continue. It's ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. And sorry about this, and when did the word insecure become something that people use to try to take advantage of other people? Try to take advantage of other people's kindness. Now all of a sudden, if you don't let your wife cheat on you or post her butt on Instagram, you're insecure. No, I'm not insecure. Why do you feel the need to post your butt on Instagram? How would that make me insecure, but you are the one that's going out and seeking others' attention? Let's keep going.
Takes
Right.
very often.
It's okay to say I don't know when you don't have enough information, and it's also okay to start a whole new conversation anew from whatever you have to say personally, but don't bring it to something. If you was beefing at that wedding, then beef at that wedding. Don't bring that to something nobody else club. You know what I'm saying? It'd be upsetting me and my homegirl. So beef there. Don't bring it over here. Like, you can't do that.
So if you didn't get anything from this video, please take away the fact that do not use social media as a guide on your relationships, because you do not know what's going on. Secondly, if being at that wedding, don't bring it here.
Like, don't impose yourself on other people's situations, on other people's posts. Like, if there's anything that you have to say, and y'all know that shit don't correlate. If there's anything that you have to say, make your own post, your own thread, and you make it go viral. You talk about it.
Confront the person that hurts you.
Right, have those conversations in private before you bring it to the net, because y'all are...
Okay, I'm seeing that the video is kind of wrapping up. There is 3 minutes left. If you guys want to go hear them jabber more about probably just accept that women can be prostitutes and sex workers, and that's just fine. Just accept it is what we want you to do. Accept it, or we'll call you a weak man, an insecure man, because you're not allowing your woman to go out there and post naked pictures of herself. I guess that's the new thing that we're doing in 2021. So I am going to not watch the rest of the video, but there will be a link in the description if you guys want to watch the rest of the video. Till next time, y'all.